Speaking from a solo perspective, the Shiv is by far the best ship CIG has released in a very long time. A modest but ideal daily driver. I love that the ship looks so rugged and jank, held together by duct tape hopes and dreams. It's an amalgamation of several ship manufacturers and some of their best features. You've got Anvil with the engines and the turret, Misk with the additional engines, Crusader with the weapon rack, and of course, the chassis from the Drake Cutlass. And it sports its own unique touches like the front grills for the forward-facing thrusters, and two green lights with offset shades. This really ties together that I kind of found what I could and made this, so be happy it works kind of vibe. Let's take a look at the interior and then I'll get into how it flies and fights. First, you'll notice the buttons are now levers, and I love that. Giving a more mechanical feel really suits the ship. As you enter, you'll immediately notice that this is a much tighter space than a Cutlass Black, so sure, you may not be able to stuff a rock in here, but there's ample room for your bikes and a modest 36 SCU, 32 of which snaps onto a grid. Then, in the all-too-familiar cockpit/habs portion of the ship, you'll see that there's the bunk beds, as you'd expect, the Crusader weapon rack, as mentioned before, and two storage lockers. The turret seat has been eloquently replaced with a luxurious bucket for your bowel movement needs. Who needs a turret gunner when all 6 guns are allocated to the pilot anyways? I'm sure you noticed that the components aren't physicalized in this ship. Well, they kinda are, just not in the traditional sense. They're just kinda tucked up away in the mesh. Whether you can retrieve those or not is another story. Even when the ship is soft-deathed, stick to the end and you'll see a trio realize they can't obtain these. Before that, let's cover flight and combat for this ship. The ship has a lot of forward thrust, so you don't have as much leverage in VTOL or strafing. That should be very much apparent when you just look at the tiny little VTOL thrusters on this ship. However, it really shines with boost turning. So when compared to an F7, it comes in just behind it numbers-wise for every bit of maneuvering, except for roll, for obvious reasons. And the Cuddy Black, or don't even bother, it doesn't even come close. So with that said, if you want something that has a bit more hull HP than a Cuddy Black and nearly triple the hull HP of an F7 and flies like an F7 with a bit of cargo, then just get a Shiv, honestly. It may say it's classified as a heavy fighter, but it handles like a medium. Now for combat. You have the quad remote turret from the Hurricane, of which is rocking 4 size 3 laser repeaters, the Tormentors, of which are made by Gray's Market. They can't be found anywhere else. These are allocated to the pilot's control, however, a co-pilot can also man this turret, but not needed. Let's be honest though, these repeaters aren't that good. they get the job done, coming in with slightly less sustained damage than the CF Panthers. Obviously, attritions will remain to be the best purchasable repeaters, and NBDs will always be top dog. But they look cool and fit the aesthetic, and we all know the real endgame is Fashion Citizen. Alongside this, you are given size 4 ballistic Gatlings, also made by Gray's Market, the Breaknecks. And they're pretty mid-range. They fall in behind the AD-48s and the Revenants, the best on the market overall, overheating at 200 rounds just like the heavy-hitting Revenant. The AD-48s overheat at 150 rounds, so sure, the Revenant has better sustained DPS output by about 200 compared to the stock Breakneck, but you get 1500 more ammo capacity with the Breaknecks, and about 2,000 more rounds than the AD-48s. So how does that compare? Well, the Cuddy gets 4 size 3 guns to the Pilot, and a fully kitted F7 gets 2 size 2s, 2 size 4s, and 2 size 3s. So sure, the F7 gets the same amount of guns, and potentially missiles, but 2 of those guns are a size smaller, and those missiles are size 1s. Given that this ship's chassis is pulled from a Drake Cutlass, it is fitted with the same missile loadout, 8 size 2s and 8 size 3 missiles, which is pretty good and will probably make any missile spamming Andy out there very happy. So let's talk numbers a little bit. If you were to fit all the ships with the same loadout as best as possible, obviously, because of gun size differences, let's say you put 2 Revenants on the Shiv and 2 Revenants on the F7, and then you'd have to put like Mantises or something like that on the Cutlass, and then 4 laser repeaters. All the laser repeaters would then be attritions, of course. The F7 would put out 3,400, roughly, sustained DPS. The Cutlass Black, keep in mind this is having to have 2 people in it, would have about 3,000 sustained DPS. And the Shiv would be rolling in with a hefty 3,850 sustained DPS. That's a lot of firepower. So, with all of that said, this ship is everything I look for. Being able to maneuver well, hit hard, and hold a bit of cargo, all while looking like it's held together by duct tape hopes and dreams. It's more than what a solo, even a duo, could ask for. And as I said earlier, if you stuck around, here's a bonus little clip of me dealing with a trio while I was trying to get some B-roll for this video. Only putting it in here because I don't want to be bothered making it a whole separate video for it. It doesn't make sense, so enjoy. I was minding my business when this Guardian pulled up. Made me a little nervous. And when they were looking at my ship, I turned on my shields. Then they parked behind me. I unfortunately did not get to record that, but here we are. They're parked behind me and decided to get out of their ship. I can only assume one thing. They're going to try to pop my ramp open. Little did I know, there was 2 other ships in the air. Being caught off guard, they obviously had the upper hand, and I couldn't do much about it. So somehow I end up crash landing the ship without it full deathing. And I hang out inside, waiting for them to enter. Fucking dickheads.
Yeah, what up, you little shit?
Little shit, I'm just getting fucking B-roll and you guys light me up, try to pop into my fucking ship? Who's the little shit here? How many people are you? It was how many V1? You called me a little shit. The fuck kind of greeting is that?
Oh man, you should have just given up those components.
Don't worry, friend, I'll fix it.
Use some fucking comms, bro. The fuck? You wanted something from me? You should use your fucking comms, not just try to pop in. Just over here trying to get fucking B-roll, you dingus. Goddamn. Mind my business.
What you doing over here? What you doing here?
I just said what I was doing. The fuck you mean?
There you go, friend. Hey, you better put that gun away.
I don't trust any of you. You have guns out. The fuck?
There you go.
Thanks.
Oh,
Wow.
That was you. No, you just hang on. I'll fix you up.
Can't do shit, man. I was just trying to get B-roll. This is fucked up. How many of you are there? Like 3, 4 fucking ships?
There you go, friend.
That's kind of embarrassing. I'll admit, it was late. My patience for their unemployed behavior was kinda non-existent, as well as my bantering skills. Your buddies should be embarrassed. I'm doped the fuck up and I downed them both. I'm blown out of my mind.
They didn't realize they were shooting at you.
Here, let me help you.
Not my finest moment, but still found it pretty funny, especially considering they benefited nothing from that except for the embarrassment of being downed by someone who was on the brink of overdosing. Yikes. The worst group of pirates I have ever come across. Anywho, let me know what you think of the Shiv down below, if you think it's the ideal daily like I do, or if you don't. I love a good debate. You can catch me live almost every day of the week, usually in the evening Pacific time. You'll see a thumbnail posted with a Sketch World stream when I will be live. Come see what antics I'm up to. Currently, I am prepping to solo the Apex Valakar. That's gonna be painful.